Hey, welcome to episode 116 of Credit 101. In this episode, we're going to talk about preparing to pay off your debt. So you got to prepare a plan. So I already have some free budgets out there that you guys can look at and you guys can actually use. And when you guys have these budgets, you want to think about how much money you actually have in your savings, not just how much you're paying every month, but how much money you have in your savings. How much money could you possibly use as like a lump sum down payment? Because a lot of, or not even down payment, but lump sum payment. Because some of these creditors may say, hey, if you pay a lump sum, then we can go ahead and knock this off in terms of this that could be cleared, and you would not have to worry about making a payment, and we could possibly delete it from your credit report. So you have to figure out exactly how much money you have. Don't just think, oh, let me just start going through my credit reports and start paying off debt, because that is not what you guys need to do. You actually have to prepare a plan. And these next 20, 30, 40 episodes, we're going to talk about paying off debt with creditors, collectors, or whoever you may owe. We want to talk about these different payment options of actually paying off the debt. So I suggest that you guys literally, if you can't think of anything and you want to make it very simple, just get you a piece of paper. I don't care what it is. You can literally just take a plain piece of paper like this, literally, and just start listing out, okay, I owe this, and just don't care about no order. Just know, okay, I owe these different things. Look at your credit report, see what you see right there. And if you had got any letters in the mail, just list all those different debts. And then that's just prepare. Okay, this is what I owe. You know exactly what you owe. Then I want you guys, you can turn it over and you can put how much income you actually have coming in, or how much money you have left in your different accounts. If you guys have money left in your accounts, or how much extra money you have after you pay your bills, you can say, okay, after I pay all my bills, I still got $1,000 available this month. I got $3,000 in my savings account, my 401k, I got this, my IRA, I got this. You can just say how much money you have. My property is worth this much and I have this much in equity. You know, you can list all your different your income there, or how much money you have left over, and you just preparing a plan. That way you know how much you owe on this side, and on this side you know how much money you have left over. And like I said too, a lot of creditors and collectors, they love lump sums. Like say if you owe $1,000, they may take $300 or $400 for that debt as a lump sum, get it out the way. And then some people, I would rather go that route, but some people will say, I don't want to do it that way, Rickita. I like to make a payment plan. Okay, good. Set up a payment plan if you want to, but don't, if you set up a payment plan, they're setting the payment plan up for that full $1,000. That's why I would like for you to know what you owe, because you can start targeting some of those debts. And in the next episodes, we're going to talk about actually going through these debts and organize them. Okay, which ones is most important? Because you may owe certain debts, and to me, you shouldn't be paying them, or it shouldn't be a priority at all to pay those debts. So we're going to go over those different things, but first, prepare a plan. Okay. These are the debts I need to target, and this is the amount of money I have coming in. You know, just make it simple like that. But like I said too, I have the free budgets that you guys can use, and the free guides where you can actually put down your different debts, and it's free. So you guys can actually go that route. But first, prepare a plan. Now, the next episodes, we're going to decide. Well, the next episode, we're going to talk about some debts. Like if you guys are deeply in debt, then I want you guys to not worry about certain debts. So we're going to talk about those debts in the next episodes. And then later on after that, we're going to talk about which ones you should pay off first. Okay, so don't just watch this video. Let's go to the next ones and figure out which ones you should just, you know, what you should do when you just deeply in debt. And then also we're going to talk about which ones you should pay off first. So I'll see you guys in those episodes. Let me know if you guys have any questions by leaving me a comment or calling me at 833-RICKITA. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Episode 117 of Credit 101. In this episode, I'm going to talk about how certain people can be able to ignore certain debts. Now, I recently had someone call me. A few people actually talked about this subject, or they brought up certain situations where they were in judgment or they was getting sued. And I asked them, are you getting any type of government assistance? Are you on Social Security? Because if you guys are basically if you guys only technically have enough for the bare minimums, if they qualified you enough to get government assistance, you guys may be considered judgment proof, which means if you guys were to get a judgment, they can't actually garnish your check. They can't collect money from you, because you barely have enough money for like your personal expenses and things like that. So if you do get a judgment, I want you guys to think about look at your judgment paperwork and talk to an attorney too. I just want to say, just look at your judgment paperwork. And then I know in Wisconsin, if you guys are getting any type of government assistance, they cannot technically garnish you. They cannot garnish you because they already say that you do not have enough money. And I want you guys to look at your estate and see where you're at in your state, because like I said, certain benefits, certain things that you're getting, it makes you judgment proof because you don't have money. They're going to just take the amount that you have left over. And again, I wrote down a few things. If you guys are basically have enough, if they are taking away your essentials like basic clothing, ordinary household furnishings, you just basically have the bare minimum. Your food, Social Security benefits, these things cannot technically be taken away. They cannot actually garnish you, and they cannot come after you for certain funds. So certain people, I remember certain family members used to say, I don't care, I ain't got no money anyway for them to take. They can call me, like collection companies. And I used to wonder, like, what do you mean? And now that I'm older and I've seen certain things, I see exactly what they mean, because it's like, I don't have anything that you can take. I'm not going to break my back. Like, say if you were to start trying to say, okay, I want to make a lot more money because I got certain debts, you have to think about the statute of limitations on certain debts. You have to think about when you make more money, now they have a chance to garnish you and take certain things. When these debts, they technically couldn't even sue you for them, or if they were to sue you for certain debts, they couldn't technically come after you and hurt you. And some people are in this situation too, where they have a lot of medical debt and they think, oh my gosh, I'm going to have this happen and that happen. It's like, listen, if you don't even have a lot of income coming in, do not worry yourself enough to think about certain debts. And I just want to say this from experience, because I remember being in certain situations where I lost my mind about certain debts, and to me, they really didn't even matter. Like, now I'm looking back on them, it's like, dude, you didn't even have enough money to pay for certain debts, and you're literally losing your mind trying to pay off debts when you don't even have the basics of food and clothing. You know what I mean? So if you guys are in a situation where you don't even have enough money for the basic necessities to even pay for your own groceries because you get food stamps or food share, they understand that certain debts, certain companies can't even come after you. Do not lose your mind. You need to focus on being able to pay for your own food, your own clothing, and paying for your kids, or making sure that you keep the job that you have or work on getting a job. So keep that in mind. And for those older people, definitely look into this too, because I had a family member call about this too. And I'm like, they cannot take certain things from you. Like, you getting Social Security, they're not going to take these different things from you. Do not worry about you getting sued. Basically, you can go to court, you can fight with them or whatever, but don't lose your mind, because I see a lot of people stressed and lose their mind about these things. So just know that there are certain protections out there. But now that I kind of put a little bug in your ear, definitely do more research, talk to an attorney about these different things. And if you guys are not judgment proof, you guys like, no, Rickita, like, I don't get none of that. They coming after me. Then let's talk about in the next episode which debt you should think about paying off first, because this is a such thing. You shouldn't just say, remember last episode we talked about all the different debts. You shouldn't just say, okay, I'm gonna start paying from the top to the bottom. Sometimes that's just not necessary. Let's talk about the different debts you should put first and the different methods you should go about it. So let's talk about that in the next episodes. If you guys have any questions, please call me. My phone number is 833 Rickita. I'll see you guys in the next video.